excited about 3D printing. Now, I don't expect all of you to share my excitement, not because you're heartless, unempathetic people, but because you're uneducated people. So, who here knows how a 3D printer works? Go ahead. Okay. Not too many people, but essentially how it works is it lays layers and layers of plastic on top of each other, and to form objects and stuff like that. Now, at the current moment, when you're buying a consumer 3D printer, you aren't making one investment. You're making three. You're making an investment into money, time, and knowledge. And until consumer 3D printing strikes a balance between those three, it's going to be stuck in limbo. So here, you can see some of the use cases for 3D printing. There's the Enable project, which is printing affordable prosthetics for those in need. There's toys and knickknacks. There's tools like NASA's space station, or the space station, downloading a socket wrench from NASA. It's not that specific one, but you get the idea. But these are very interesting cases that have already been proven and tried. And until that balance that I mentioned earlier can be struck, it's still in a limbo. So my first point, cost. To put the cost of 3D printing into perspective, I'm going to compare it to a Samsung Smart TV, which can be had on Amazon right now for $300 to $350. On the flip side, a monoprice Maker Select Mini, an entry 3D printer, can be had for as little as $220. That blows my mind. The idea that the technology has been managed so well that you can have a 3D printer for as much as 2 tickets to a Texans game or a night out for a family of 5, that is crazy. But what you gain at a low cost, you lose in your investment in money. In time and knowledge. The setup time for a Maker Select Mini can be anywhere from 2 hours to 2 weeks. For me personally, my setup time is going on at around 11 months. Not for a Maker Mini, but for my own printer. So, on the opposite end of the scale, you have the Ultimaker 3 Extended. And the Ultimaker 3 Extended, you get dual material support, dissolvable support materials, and massive customer support base, which save you knowledge and time. But you have to ask yourself, are those features worth $4,000? So, as you can see, there is a massive scale on the range of 3D printers, ranging from DIY to completely fully fleshed out products. And that's part of the problem. There's such a huge scale, no one knows what to buy, which leads nicely into my next point, knowledge. Running a 3D printer takes a lot of knowledge, and I'm going to have some fun here. I'm going to list off all the parts that I know of a 3D printer off the top of my head. This might take a while, might not, we'll see. We have bearings, bushings, linear rods, motor drivers, motors, a hot end, a nozzle, an extruder, a heated bed, a build plate. The list goes on and on. And that's what you need to know, unfortunately. That is what you need to be able to know and prepare and maintain in order to have an accurate 3D printer and accurate prints. The troubleshooting process is immense. As you can see above, we had my first print versus many of the boats you see here today along the desk, and feel free to take those with you, by the way. So not everyone wants to spend all that brain space, all that memory on 3D printing when so many other things are vying for it, from advertisements, jobs, to school. And not everyone wants to take the time to learn all of that. So as you can see above, here are the steps to print one thing on my printer. There's a lot of them. It can take anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes for me just to line up the print, not even mentioning the true print time. Those boats take about an hour and 20 minutes each. And like I mentioned earlier, there's the setup time, there's the maintenance time, there's the repair time, and for me personally, I spend anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes per weekday and 3 to 6 hours on weekends per day working on my printer. No one but me wants to spend that time. So it all comes back to balance. The balance between knowledge, between time, between money. And so don't let me get you down about the future of 3D printing it's looking incredible. There's many companies like Monoprice and Ultimaker mentioned earlier. There's Form Labs, who is experimenting with new forms of 3D printing. DLP and SLA, which is pulling a solid object out of liquid resin. That is super cool. I don't know if you guys find that cool. But nonetheless, the balance needs to be struck. And until then, you have to be prepared to invest a lot of money, a lot of time, or a lot of knowledge. And I'm prepared to make that investment. We have to ask